Okay, now we're going to build your lead capture system. So I'm going to start off with a very high view, 35,000 feet. We're going to look down on this. It's very simple illustration, explanation of what we're going to do here. Then I'm going to take you into the technical part of this, and I'm going to show you step by step how to build this lead capture system so you can communicate with people. It's going to be technical, but I'm going to do it step by step, which means this. As I do a step, pause the video, go over and complete the step in your own system, then come back to the video, watch the next step, pause the video, go do the next step. You follow me? Alright, so let's take a very cool look at this. Here's what we've got. Tom has been blessed. He has 2 children, but he just found out he is going to double the size of his family because his wife is expecting twins. So they're going from 2 kids to 4 kids. They need a bigger home. They currently live in a 3-bedroom home. They want a 4-bedroom home. So they see your sales funnel on the internet. It looks lovely. It looks enticing. It looks like it's in their budget range. So Tom says, I'll enter my name, my email address, and my phone number in the lead capture form. So how are we going to get information that's relevant to Tom? He asked for it. He wants it. All right, think of it like this. Let's say you're sitting in that home in Colorado and Tom contacted you before the internet. He says, I want to know about your home. So the only way to get him information is put some information together in an envelope and take the envelope down to the curb, put it in your mailbox, put the flag up. The postman comes by, picks it up. Postman takes it back to the facility where they sort it and they put it out on trucks and they deliver it across town or across the country, right? So email is the same way. It's a lot faster because he wants it now. He doesn't want to wait a couple of days or a couple of weeks. He wants it now. And that's where our society is at. They want it now. So we have this information superhighway that's called the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP. It's the way email travels. So think of it just like the postal system. You've got MailChimp here, which is, I'm going to give you a free source here, MailChimp, all right? Kind of collects the email, the information, and stores the information, stores the record, the name, the email address, phone number, whatever you want to store in there, right? But think of it like it's just one postal person. They can't deliver all the mail. They can't collect all the mail. It's just one person. So that the collection then puts the information on the superhighway, which is another company called SendGrid. This is also going to be free. So during this illustration, I'm going to show you how to hook up and integrate MailChimp and SendGrid to ClickFunnels. MailChimp is going to store the information. SendGrid is the one that's going to send out your emails so Tom can get all the information about this home. He can get a series of follow-up messages and emails from you. This way you can indoctrinate him, you can educate him, you can warm him up to the possibility of doing business with you. So this is the bird's eye view of what we're about to do. Now let's go in and actually do it step by step. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is go to MailChimp.com. You'll see it on screen, MailChimp.com, and open up a free account. Then log in. Okay, you'll see where I'm logged in. Now you go at the top here, you'll see this bar here. Go to Lists and click on Lists. Come over here to the right, you'll see Create List. Create List. Do new list or groups. Do you want to create a new list or do you want to just subdivide an existing list with groups? We want to create a list. Now it asks list name. So I'm just going to make up a name here. Your subscribers will see this, so make it something appropriate. All right, so I'm going to put my name in here. This is the address people will reply to. So I'm going to put my email address in there. Default from name, this is who your emails will come from. Use something they'll instantly recognize, like your company name. So it could be, I'm going to put Skylar Jones Real Estate. Okay. Write a short reminder about how the recipient joined your list. You are receiving this email because you opted in at one of our We'll just call it websites because that's what people are familiar with. All right, I'm just putting something generic there. You got to put your address in there. Probably it'll automatically populate because you had to fill that out for your account. Then notifications sent to, you can have these notifications sent to you like a daily summary. One by one as people subscribe, if you want that information right away. One by one as people unsubscribe. And then you just hit save. And voila, just that easily, we have now just created a list. All right, so let's go open up an account at SendGrid now. Okay, so you go to sendgrid.com, and you open up an account. Then log in. All right, so now I go back over into ClickFunnels or whatever platform you're using. You'll have to look for something similar to this. But in ClickFunnels, I go to Account. I go down to SMTP Settings. And I click on that. Now for you, a box will probably open up, but since I've already got mine set up, I'll open this back up. This is the box that you'll probably see when you get yours. All right, so title. Here's where you put your title. From, who's it coming from? In this case, I just put my company initials. From the email address. In the SMTP server, put this exact address right here. smtp.sendgrid.net. Put that in there just like that. In the SMTP port, put the number 587. Then in the SMTP user, put the username that you used when you signed up for SendGrid. Put the SMTP password that you used for SendGrid in this block here. Then in SMTP domain, put sendgrid.com. And finally, put your company name and physical address down here. And then you can update this, all right? You update it. And to verify that things are connected like they're supposed to be, let me open this back up. Hit Verify Email Settings. And voila, we are now hooked up to SendGrid. It is integrated with your ClickFunnels account. Now we have one last important step for this integration. Although it's integrated, it's sort of like this. You want to know if people are unsubscribing or if they're bounced out or whatever. Think of it like the postman bringing the mail back to you saying, we tried to send it to Tom, but Tom has moved. The address is no longer any good. It's returned to sender. So you'll see this little thing down here is called a webhook. Set up SendGrid webhook. What you need to do is it's grayed out, but what you need to do is you need to copy that right there, okay? We need to go back to SendGrid. You come over to the left here, you see settings. It drops down. Come down here to mail settings, which is where I'm at. Then you come up to event notification. Now I've already got mine set up, so I'm having to walk you through this a little bit. But first thing you want to do, yours will probably be, I don't know, it might be blue, but when I turn mine to on, it goes active, all right? Yours will probably turn gray, which is okay. So what you do, first of all you do, this is going to be blank for you, so you would just go ahead, whatever that webhook URL was, you paste it right in there. Then what I did was, and I'm going to turn mine on, well mine is already turned on. Let me mark the edit button so it's easier to see. You'll see here that it dropped, bounced, unsubscribed from, and marked as spam. So if somebody marks it as spam or they unsubscribe from your list or it gets bounced because they no longer have that email or whatever, all right, it's going to send notification back to the system and it's going to update ClickFunnels, it's going to update MailChimp, all right? So when you got all this information in, just like this, hit this little check mark right here, all right? Then what you'll do is you'll hit Test Integration, and you should get this, a sample event notification will be sent to your endpoint shortly. Should be green. If you get a red sign up here, you didn't do something right. and then just make sure that it's on, and you'll see that this light is active. Then you know your total integration is done. Congratulations, you're a geek. We give you your diploma. You're a wonderful person, and you're now declared a geek. All right, let's move on, shall we? Now what we do is we go back over to your funnel. Just say that you downloaded this Colorado home funnel here, the buyer funnel that I've got. All right, so you would just open that up. Okay, so once I'm in here, I come up here to settings, and that drop down menu happens. Go to integrations. So now you'll see this box opened up over here. So it says select integration. The name of my MailChimp account is call it Gigs or Graphics Buyer. Long story. Anyway, now it says what I want them to do. I want to add to list. So what this is going to do is when people fill out their information here, it's going to add them to my list in MailChimp. And what list? The one that I just opened up here, right there. That's the one. So once I do that, you'll get the green light says it is connected. You'll also see up here connected. You'll get that little green check. So now when I hit the save button and I hit the preview button, now if I were to enter my name, my email address, my phone number, and hit send me the info, it is going to add me to the MailChimp list. But wait, there's more. So now that I've hit the save button, it's all integrated. You'll see here again, green check, right? We just leave here, and you'll see we're on the opt-in page here, right? So we go over to automation. Now the automation, now in this situation here, what we're going to do is we need to send them something, right? Because we've got this all hooked up, but now we actually have to have an email to send everybody. So here's what we do. We put add email. So I'm going to put this is from me. All right. And the subject is, hey, this thing really works. Okay. So here's my SMTP configurations already filled in. And here it's going to go out to everybody. And I'm just going to put in here, this is my, hey, this thing really works email. Okay? And I'm going to create the email. Now, one thing I could do in certain situations, if it was necessary, I could delay this email by a day or by an hour or a couple hours. So what this allows you to do is this. It allows you to build a series of emails under here. So the next email, it might go out a day later, okay, or 2 days later, or 3 days later, and you can stack them up. All right, so you'd have a whole series of emails to follow, and you just preload those in here. Now, with the basic account with ClickFunnels, that's what you're going to be limited to. Is you're only going to be able to send out emails on a planned basis like this. You cannot send out broadcast emails. Now you can send out broadcast emails through your MailChimp account, but then you would probably have to pay for that. So this is going to be good enough in the beginning to start with, and that's how you do it. So let's test it, shall we? See if it works? Let's do this thing. Okay, so I go to the form, I enter my name, enter my email, and I'll just put 555 555 1212. All right, send me the info. Submitting, it goes to the thank you page. This is where you can put a download in here. You could put a video of yourself. You could put all kinds of information in here. Feel free to jazz it up however you want. It's going to, it's going to depend on what you're going for here and what kind of communication you want to have with the prospect. But now we want to see if the email actually came through. All right, so let's check it out. Let me pause the video. I'll go over to my email account and I will find it. Hold on. Over my email, and sure enough, it took about 3 minutes to come in, but here it is. Hey, this thing really works. There it is. Proof that it works. Don't we feel great now? We're king of the world. And also, I went over to my MailChimp account, and guess what? It shows me as subscribed. So what this means now is that when I build this out, when I build that email, this right here, this section in here, that means that any emails that I put down there, I can put 10, 20, 30 emails, whatever you want to put in there, all those will be delivered whenever I tell them to be delivered. And that is how you build your lead capture system. That is how you communicate. Then what you say in your email is so important. We could also talk about adding on text messages and all that. That's a subject for another time, not really part of this course here. But also I'm going to do something really special here. I decided during this time here, I'm going to do one more video. Because how cool would it be that when somebody opts in, you receive an instant text message free of charge. And it's going to carry all their information with them into your phone. So it'll have their phone number, whatever information you want is going to be there. All right, and I'm going to show you how to do it, because I'll tell you what, you've got to be faster than your competition. I'm going to show you how to do it in the next video.